Ooh, perilously close that was to the off stump. Roach beginning round the wicket as he likes to do to the left-handers. Burns, who played on, if you remember, in the first innings in Barbados, almost dragged one onto his stumps again.
Bit of indecision. He was looking to play, then at the last minute decided to pull his bat out of the way. It was a little too late. Lady luck on his side, just evading that off stump.
Straighter this time, and Burns takes the opportunity to work it away through square leg. It's the first boundary, the first runs of the morning.
Nice shot from Rory Burns. Has a tendency to clip the ball off his stump. His balance was quite good. That is something you would see from the West Indies bowlers. He will probe outside the off stump and then search for that wicket-taking delivery that comes straight. Rory Burns equal to the task.
No.
Has he taken it? I think he has. Jason Holder low down at second slip. Roach gets the right line, and a bit of late movement finds the outside edge.
The probing has paid off for Kemar Roach. He's been searching for that outside edge from the start of his spell. Finally he gets it. Very good delivery. He had to play Rory Burns. And a really smart catch from the captain, Jason Holder, diving forward to his right. West Indies, they've opened their count in terms of wickets. Rory Burns goes for 4. It's 4 for 1.
So Roach back over the wicket. He's got two right-handers now. He's very, very effective against the left-handers. He'll change his angle of approach, and Holder has put in a short leg. Oh, must be out. Huge appeal. I thought Jason Holder had to send that upstairs.
Rod to Rick, we have a review for LBW. Okay, just rock and roll. I mean, I can clearly see that that has missed the bat, so I don't need to go to ultra edge. I can go straight to ball tracking when you're ready. Ball tracking coming up now, Chris. Impact is in line, and it is umpire's call on the wickets. So you'll be staying with your decision. Original decision was not out, so you'll be staying with your not out decision. You're on screen now.
Wow. Umpire's call, it says. Kemar Roach, when he followed through there to Jason Holder, was just saying that's dead. Dead. I think everybody thought that was out. Everybody except the umpire. Finally Denley can open his account, and that will make him feel a whole lot better, just dropping one into the offside, and Bairstow responding immediately.
Oh, toe end, would you believe it? What a loosener. A long hop and the toe end. And Denley's gone on debut.
Well, this is a really loose shot. To a ball he didn't really have to play at. It's far away from him. And just that mental lapse has cost Joe Denley. Just look how wide this delivery is. Toe end of the bat. Really soft dismissal. One that the West Indies will welcome. Second wicket now goes down for England, and that's that of Joe Denley for 6. 16 for 2.
One Joe replaces another. It's Root for Denley, the England captain's in, and as per usual, he's in at around about 16 for 2, 20 for 2. England have lost their openers early. Wide of the crease again.
Pearl. Absolute beauty.
Can't help but think that's the length on this pitch. Hesitancy from a batsman. Does he go forward, back? Definite movement. Hits the seam.
Well, he would have had his heart in his mouth momentarily, Joe Root, because that was slightly aerial, but a boundary ends the 13th over, 23 for 2.
That's what he's bowling for. It's a setup. Get it out there, go on, have a drive. He has to reach and stretch. It's in the air a long time. They do have a backward point. Just look at that in the air.
To play or not to play, as it is, somehow it's run off the face of the bat, and Bairstow will probably pick up 4.
Well, they're finding it tough. These two at the crease as they get together, and Joe Root prods away at the pitch. Suspicious looks at the pitch. Johnny Bairstow looking to leave and gets a bottom edge.
Flashed away. Bairstow throwing the kitchen sink at one that was just a little bit wider from Holder.
Well, if you're going to flash, flash hard. Goes very quickly over the waiting slips. I think it's a fair shot if you get that short and wide. Don't dab at it, give it plenty.
Oh my goodness, what a delivery. What a catch. A parry, teamwork in the slips. What a brute of a delivery for Joe Root to try and deal with.
Well, how do you play that? Nigh on impossible, but fabulous from that slip cordon. Is it off the glove or the bat handle or the shoulder of the bat? We'll see. Ball pitches. Oh, look at the bounce off the top glove. Look at the bounce. Nearly floored him. That is terrific. Dual catch. Real awareness. But what a brute of a delivery.
Well, the parry from Campbell and the awareness of Hope was excellent, but that is unplayable. A brute of a delivery from Alzari Joseph has seen Joe Root dismissed for 7 and England 34 for 3. The new batsman for England is Joss Buttler. Heaven only knows what's going through his mind, having been up on the players' balcony watching that dismissal of his captain. That was raw. Amazing bounce. Beautiful drive. Glorious drive from Johnny Bairstow.
Well, you can always have that in your mind, that if it's up, it's off. Climbs into this Johnny Bairstow ball at very full length. But you think that the Windies have got the perfect bowlers for these conditions. Tall bowlers hitting the pitch of a fullish length, not drive length, a fullish.
Now off the back foot, back-to-back boundaries from Johnny Bairstow. First holder a little full, then a little wide, and England's number 3 has taken full advantage.
Fair enough shot. Ball that's short and wide, and this sits up nicely. Bairstow's moved on to 25 from 38 deliveries.
Another very good shot from Bairstow. Beautiful poise and balance. 3 boundaries in the over, 46 for 3.
Jason Holder dropped his head there at the end of that 17th over. 125k is a genuine half volley. And again, Johnny Bairstow's right, that's in my slot, it's going. Plays a lovely shot. His weight coming into the drive. Gets his 5th 4.
Again, a thump down the ground from Bairstow. He is catching in on anything marginally over-pitched.
England move on to 51 for 3. He's just taken advantage, hasn't he, Johnny Bairstow? The ball that's right up to him.
And it's good mental batting as well. The previous delivery zipped through, wasn't hanging on the back foot into the shot. And width, excellent stuff, and that has been thumped to the cover boundary.
Well, if you're an England fan, you're liking this. He'd take the attack to the West Indies, disturb the length. He's had 2 or 3 nice half volleys, and then you drop your length back, as young Joseph has done. His ball's short of a length, he's dropped it wide, and it hangs out there. And Bairstow climbs in, moves on to 37.
5 fours in the last 8 balls. Lovely little counter-attack from Bairstow.
Brilliantly taken. Slip catching has been very good. Holder's taken a good one this morning, and now he's the recipient of a very safe hands. England in further trouble.
Yeah, good bowling from Jason Holder. Butler was trying to put him off his length. I think he was just down the pitch a little at Jason Holder. But of all the West Indies bowlers, he's the most accurate, the most consistent. And when there's a bit in the pitch, he'll find the edge, as he does here. And as you say, West Indies slip catching has been solid this morning. It needs to be, it needs to back up the 4-seamers. Campbell this time in at second slip, where Jason Holder would usually be if he weren't bowling. And a dangerous man has gone. Butler promoted in the order today ahead of Stokes, but gone for 1. England 55 for 4.
Ben Stokes is the new batsman.
I mentioned that he's tightened up outside off stump, but he's not slowing him down any. He's clubbed Jason Holder over mid-off, and that gentleman now, he's back with the team, 62 for 4.
He is what you call a prisoner of the moment as a supporter. If you want to know how England are doing, keep the camera on him. Johnny Bairstow, for this innings, has decided that anything that allows him to play that aggressive shot, he's not going to go half-heartedly.
Yeah, it's good batting. It's difficult conditions, and you've got to say to yourself as a batsman, what are my options? And I'd be saying, like Bairstow, anything short and wide you have got to climb into. There are plenty of testing balls when you have to come half forward and you're not certain. You get something short and wide, climb into it.
An aggressive 50 for Johnny Bairstow. 51 to him out of a total of 71 for England. That tells you something about the pace at which he's gone.
Yeah, he's played beautifully this morning. A combination of tighter defence, but also a desire to climb into anything loose. And Gabriel has given him two gifts in this over. One short and wide, the second one full and wide. And Holder needs Gabriel to find his rhythm here.
It's flown quickly. High pace from Gabriel, but he got two straight.
Yeah, he's just not quite on it here, Shannon Gabriel, for whatever reason, whether it's the sandy-based outfield, whether it's that twinge to his hamstring that he felt early on, whether he's just one of those days, bowlers have them, just can't quite get it right.
And they built on it this morning. Session where they've taken out 4 of England's wickets. That's lunch. There's umpire Damascena. And Jason Holder will be satisfied. He will ask for better next session, but he'll be reasonably satisfied with the potency in the first session. So difficult batting morning saw England finishing on 78 for 4 at lunch. 52 not out to Johnny Bairstow. He was in attacking mode, decided that was the best mode of operation on a very spicy surface. No one else getting into double figures. Ben Stokes not out 8. Alzarri Joseph was the most successful of the Windies bowlers. A wicket for Kemar Roach and Jason Holder as well. They didn't bowl maybe as well as they would have hoped given the movement and bounce in the surface, but they'll be satisfied with getting 4 wickets.
Needs to start again, Johnny Bairstow. First ball after lunch. Oh, close. Close if he hasn't hit it. That was full. That's got to be close. They've used up one review, and they're going to use their second.
Yeah, definitely missing the bat there. Thank you. Okay, I'm happy that satisfied there's no bat involved. So if we can go to ball tracking, please. Ball tracking coming up now, Chris. Impact is in line and hitting the wickets. Your original decision was not out, so you'll be overturning that to out. You're on camera now.
Yeah, that's a good review from the West Indies. Poor umpiring, I have to say. 2 decisions today. Both of them look very out. And the West Indies have struck just after lunch, and it's the danger man, Bairstow.
He will be disappointed. It's straight after the lunch break. And we've seen this often, especially in that first test match, England losing wickets before breaks, after breaks. Yet again, Jason Holder. The West Indies, they strike. And it's the big fish, Johnny Bairstow, gone for 52, 78 for 5.
New batsman, England's number 7, the mercurial Moeen Ali. When he's good, he's very good. When he's bad, he's awful. Bagged a pair in the last game, and England need a bit of fight and a bit of character from Moeen Ali. Very talented young man. He needs to show it now, because they're in a hole. Riley's off the mark. Punch down the ground. The outfield's been slow today. Just take a couple, and that will cheer Moeen Ali up. First runs in the series, 81 for 5. Punches down the ground. And that's a good comeback from Stokes.
Mental battle won by Ben Stokes. That is the beauty about Test cricket. You've got to dust yourself off and be prepared for the next delivery. And he was equal to the task. Good composed stroke over the top of it, and got a really good result.
Edged away. And that will go away for 4. 91 for 5.
That's the line, that's the length. That will affect the left-handers on this surface. Did it with soft hands, kept it down. Lucky for him, it went in the gap as well.
Oh yes, what a nut that is. There was a battle of words, but the battle that really counts has been won by Shannon Gabriel.
And what is most important to me is the length of that delivery. It was pushing Ben Stokes back, not drawing him forward. That's where his strength lies as a bowler, Shannon Gabriel. He gets the result finally. Umpires will just check to make sure it's a legal delivery. Yeah, no issue there. Another wicket for the West Indies. Number 6. Ben Stokes, the all-rounder. After 23 deliveries, he will have to depart. Just nibbling at this one outside the awesome. Very good catch by Shane Dorridge. Was diving in front of first slip, and finally Gabriel gets his first wicket of the innings. It is Ben Stokes gone for 14. It's 93 for 6.
It's wafty, but he'll take them. And I reckon he'll take 4.
Covers the line of this delivery. And that's the biggest challenge for Moeen Ali. Size up the deliveries going away and those coming in. This closes the face, makes sufficient contact. Gets it past the man at mid-on. Another boundary to him.
Nobody knows where that's gone. The two fielders looking at each other at fine leg and deep square leg. The ball's gone between them perfectly for 4.
100 comes up for England. Nicely controlled shot. Nicely on top of it.
It's in the air quite a long time at leg slip. Gets 4. Bit of a milestone for Moeen Ali. Brings up 11,000 first-class runs.
Nicely done from Moeen Ali. Very full ball, met with a straight bat.
He came into this game on the back of a pair, of course, and a bad pair at Bridgetown. 2 poor shots. He looked a bit sketchy at the start here. He was given the resounding rattle on the helmet by Shannon Gabriel, but just in the last 15-20 minutes started to look a little more settled.
Flashed away in between gully and back to point. And Folks picks up his second 4, bit of width offered and gleefully accepted.
He This, on this surface, you've really got to cash in. One ball you don't want to bowl with, short and wide is such a gift. Hovering on that off stump, trying to get the batsman just thinking about whether forward or back.
Moeen Ali's going to take him on, perhaps. That might not be the worst idea or tactic.
Well, you can see what Moeen Ali is thinking. We've got Gabriel and Joseph, Holder and Roach on a pitch that's going up and down. If they give me a bit of Roston chase, I'm going to cash it.
Immediately it brings a change of field. Holder has posted a man on the cover boundary, and he's also pushed Long off into position from mid-off. Tries a catch it, parried by Dowrett. Short leg couldn't hang on. 124 for 6.
I reckon it spun a bit, this one though. You mentioned that first over that he bowled, the odd ball moved off the straight. It was kind of angled down, but there's a sense that the ends are quite dry as well. The dampness that we got this morning from the overnight rains and the sweating of the pitch under the covers wasn't going to last very long, and eventually the pitch will help the spinners as well.
Flash through point, very full delivery. A wristy shot from Moeen Ali. Outfield is slow, but that will go for 4.
Well, Holder's got to try and get a grip on things here. This partnership now is worth 37. Not huge, but in the context of a low-scoring day so far, reasonably significant. Just the cricket in the last 10 or 15 minutes from West Indies has been not of the best quality. A few too many loose deliveries from Alzari Joseph.
The full ball punched away for 4. And the 50 partnership has come up between Foakes and Moeen Ali. And they've looked fairly secure for all the travails that batsmen have had on this surface. They've been quite steady.
Yeah, they played well, good tempo. Moeen looked a little bit nervous when he first came in. Understandable after bagging a pair, but as his innings has progressed, he's looked more secure. Ben Foakes has looked very compact.
That's gone. How far has it gone? Looks as though it might be all the way 6.
Yeah, hitting with the breeze. Brings up the 150 for England. Looked nervous to start, Moeen Ali. He's just getting into his game now. Tossed up outside off. Beautiful swing of the arms.
Went hard at it again. It was maybe a little bit closer to him than he thought, but it brings up 50 for Moeen Ali. His 14th, and at a critical time, stage of the innings and context of the game. Lovely shot. Now, will Long On come across in time? No. Roach just retrieves the ball, and it sums up this partnership, the quality of that shot to go to tee by Ben Foakes.
Yeah, excellent. England fans haven't had a lot to cheer about today. It was a gem of an innings from Bairstow earlier, before lunch. But this partnership has been ideal on a pitch that has eased. West Indies attack that have just tired a fraction. Very good from Ali, and very good from Foakes as well.
hard-working session. England head to tea on 172 for 6. Moeen Ali top scoring with 55, not out Ben Foakes, and 32 in a partnership with 79. Half century to Johnny Bairstow as well, 52 in quick time. Kemar Roach and Alzarri Joseph with a couple of wickets apiece on a helpful pitch. Gabriel with 1 and Jason Holder also with a wicket.
Down the leg side, Kemar Roach, collectively the Windies bowlers, well, they've directed most of the deliveries away from the stumps. Glorious. Just presented the full face of the bat. Knew that there was only one fielder at point. At a little bit of elevation, and gets another boundary.
You know, I don't think he moves his feet at all, Moeen Ali. Just that little trigger movement, and then he stands firmly, watches the ball, and he goes up and over. He gets the width.
Up in the air, should be taken. Shannon Gabriel, yes, makes no mistake. Did that ray off a length as well. Went high, and it was full. Kemar Roach gets his 3rd wicket of the innings.
Well, a suspicious look at the pitch from Moeen Ali. Looks to be a tame dismissal. Fullish length, and it hits the top of the bat, doesn't it? Right where that maker's name is, and it just loops into the air. Gets it in there eventually, Shannon Gabriel. Moeen Ali, an enterprising 60 for him, 178 for 7.
This will be a good test for Sam Curran, and one that he passes with distinction on that particular delivery. But he got a bit of a roughing up from Shannon Gabriel in Barbados, who's quick. And these are not easy conditions, even if they've calmed a little bit from what we saw this morning. Still tricky, so a good test this will be for young Sam Curran. To go. What a way to go. Ben Foakes had battled, played really well. Important partnership with Moeen Ali. And you'd have to say a bit of ill fortune. It was the right shot to play to a short ball from Gabriel, but he's dragged it onto his stumps.
Yeah, got through his shot too early, and he really had essayed a couple of pulls, come hooks at Gabriel in previous overs here after tea that climbed over or under the glove. This time he's threw his shot too early. Curious way that a couple of wickets have fallen for England. Foakes goes for 35, 186 for 8.
Bounce and taking the shoulder of the bat. Holder attacking with a 4th slip in the cordon. And there will be no recovery from the lower order, no recovery led by Sam Curran. England 186 for 9.
Excellent from Roach, because once he's gotten the ball slightly forward into the green area, asking the batsman to get forward, he's found in different bounce. At times he's been stuck on a good length on the surface. With the movement he's been getting and the bounce, he needed to be fuller. And he's done so twice here after tea. 6 to Curran, 186 for 9.
Oh, there it was, the Yorker. The Yorker as Anderson backed away, expecting a short ball. This was very full, very straight from Shannon Gabriel. And England have been bowled out after tea here on the first day for 187. Anderson was showing plenty of his stumps there to Shannon Gabriel. He's ended up outside the return crease. And once this was straight, there wasn't much in the way of Anderson's defences or body in front of his stumps.
executed like a fast bowler in rhythm. Good thinking from the big burly Shannon Gabriel. Third lowest total at this ground after Bangladesh's 43 and 144 last year. Excellent work, and particularly after tea, I thought the lines from the West Indies seamers was very, very good. Much improved from the middle session, where 94 runs came for just 2 wickets.
An excellent job by the Windies bowlers to bowl England out for 187, the top score coming from the bat of Moeen Ali for 60, a half-century for Johnny Bairstow as well, and good contribution from folks with 35. 61 overs shared up between the Windies bowlers. The outstanding one, Kemar Roach, with 4 for 30, and very well supported by Shannon Gabriel with 3 wickets and a couple for Alzari Joseph.
You've got the 4 seamers, 3 seamers and the swing of Sam Curran and Moeen Ali. Possibly some stuff from Joe Root or Joe Denley if needed. But Douche, it's all about the seamers coming out now. Who would you say poses the greater threat? The excellence of Anderson with his control, or that man back in England's side at 6'6", 6'7"?
Batting, especially with this new ball, is not going to be easy to start with. It'll get easier as time goes on, as it normally does. Johnny Bairstow shows that you can play on this pitch, and so did Moeen Ali. So it's going to be very interesting, but there is going to be an examination of seam now, which these 2 West Indian openers are going to have to get through.
We're interested to know how they propose to go about this mentally and technically. They've been in the field cheering on their bowlers as they've made the ball leap at the England batsmen, but now it's their turn. They're in the firing line, and it's going to start at the Sir Andy Roberts end with James Anderson. First ball of West Indies' first innings. Massive appeal. Kumar Dharmasena says no. England need to show a cool head in terms of using the DRS. Stokes perhaps suggesting it's a bit high.
That front foot doesn't really go anywhere, and he's struck just above the pad, so we can safely say that that would have been going over.
And hit on the pad, but almost certainly going down. 4 without loss after 4. Trying to go a little fuller. Campbell just slipped at the non-strikers, but he'll get back for a couple. Ends the 6th over. West Indies 8 without loss.
That's lovely. Nicely played. It won't go for 4. Just a controlled push for a couple. But over the years, for such a successful bowler, Anderson, various people have been calling for him to bowl fuller. What he tends to do is go back of a length, then full, and it's almost like the batsman's eyes light up when he finds the edge. Oh my word. Oh my word. Broad will not be amused with that. The T20 dill scoop because there's no fine leg. Oh my gosh. How the game has changed, Ian Bishop. Driven nicely down the ground. Half volley put away for 4. First boundary of the innings.
It's a nice piece of cricket, that, because I've been asking for Broad to pitch the ball up a little bit more. Maybe he's gone too full, but it's also good batting and a good lesson for Campbell that sometimes you just have to wait. Make the bowler bowl to you and where you want him to come, and you get benefit from it. Good cricket.
That's better. That's better. That's better. No! Well, they're interested here.
Well, they will have a chat. That looked pretty straight. And Joe Root goes for it.
Yeah, that look, I'll get
End
a
of
zoomer
story.
up on that, but it does look like he's just over the crease. Yeah, he's definitely got nothing behind the line there. Yep, so that's, I'll go back straight on field. That's a no ball. Yep, that's a no ball.
That's just dribbled through to the wicket-keeper. 21 overs have been bowled. West Indies have stood firm and they played really well, the two openers there. 30 without loss. And West Indies trail by 157. A good day's work.
Windies teammates will be patting the backs of Brathwaite and Campbell because they've rounded a fairly good day for the West Indies. It's not been an easy session for batting by any means. Lots of deliveries, getting some extra bounce, some lateral movement. But through it all, they've survived. Both players look very assured at the crease. Brathwaite in particular looked very assured, very balanced.
Solid work by the West Indies opening pair of batsmen, Brathwaite and Campbell, to negotiate that new ball and end the day without any loss, to back up the good work done by their bowlers. 30 without loss at the end of day one. The seam attack of England tried their very best. There was still movement off this surface, but they just could not find that breakthrough. It meant that the Windies, though, were still trailing by 157 runs at the end of the opening day's play. Hope you've enjoyed all the action and the highlights from day one. Look forward to your company next time. Bye for now.
Just short, I think. It's Jennings who's just in front of square leg, but I don't think it carried as Brathwaite looked to clip away on the leg side. 31 for none.
Lots of plays and misses. England produce the late stage on day one. Yet again, another close call. Just falling short of Keaton Jennings. Substitute fielder. Brathwaite just managing to keep it down.
Pulled away by Campbell. And the first boundary of the morning. It was a little short from James Anderson.
Very good intent early in his innings. Would have had the chance to see a lot of what this surface has to offer yesterday afternoon.
First wicket to Broad, caught it slip. Campbell has reviewed it straight away. He's looking to leave the ball. England are convinced it came off bat. Campbell doesn't think so.
Oh, it looks like it's gone on his arm. A split screen here would be good, mate. Clearly hit his elbow or his arm there, but I've just got to make sure that it hasn't touched his glove. Yep, happy. Yep, yeah. That's conclusive for me. So I'll go back to Kumar. That Kumar, it's hit his arm, so it's not out. You overturn your decision. You're on screen.
Shows you how difficult batting remains on this pitch. Somehow Campbell survives that last ball. 36 for none.
Well, he's judged a lot of deliveries outside the off stump very well. That one took off and went away. Good pace, good bounce. Stuart Broad.
Woof. Beautiful delivery from Broad. He holds his head up as if to say, how's he not edged that? It was very full. It was shaping away. Campbell drawn into the drive, must have been close to the edge. Took a bit of a piece out of the pitch as well. Oh, down, third slip. Broad finally takes the edge, and it's Butler at third slip who has put down a very straightforward chance.
It's not the first time we saw him put down Shimron Hetmyer in the first test match. I just sensed that it was a matter of time before Stuart Broad found the outside edge of John Campbell's bat. He didn't get the support of his teammate Josh Butler.
Excellent batting, really good from Campbell. You can't just look at that one shot, you've got to put it all in context. Imagine what he's been going through the last dozen deliveries or so that he's faced from Broad. He's been put down, the ball has gone past the edge, the occasional ball has shot through past his nose. So when he gets a chance to drive, to still have the presence of mind and the composure to put that away, excellent batting.
Oh, up in the air. Was it going to land safe? Bairstow! It does land safe, and Broad just can't believe it. And they're going to come back for another.
And rightly so, he should feel frustrated, Stuart Broad. There's been an incident in every over he's bowled at John Campbell, and this is the latest one. Top edge, trying to pull a ball that wasn't short enough, and Johnny Bairstow, desperate effort, just can't quite get there.
Well, it landed right between Moeen Ali, who was running in, and Johnny Bairstow, who's running in the other direction. The breeze helped. Broad cannot believe what's going off out there. And he's been driven away beautifully. That is the shot of the morning, and that's the 50 partnership.
But this was just over pitched. Campbell covering it nicely.
Good for the Windies. That's 3 in a row now. One of their problem areas. 3 50 partnerships in 3 innings. It's a good start from these two. And drives and flashes hard. Goes away for 4.
He went hard at that. There was that movement away as well. Not enough bat on it to get it over the slips.
Oh, he's hit it over mid-on. It's going to bounce a few times and just trickle away for 4.
He's just looking to be aggressive. Always is John Campbell. And this shot is not totally out of character for him. Look to intentionally hit it back over the bowler's head.
Edge this time gone. No mistake. And as ever, Stokes finds the breakthrough.
Well, we sort of saw that coming. John Campbell had been having a lot of problems up at that end. And finally, Stokes gets one to take the outside edge. No mistake this time. And Stokes, as usual, makes a breakthrough and pick up their first wicket. John Campbell, 47. It's 70 for 1.
Class player coming in at number 3. His stats don't reflect the talent that he's got. But those 200s came in one match at Headingley against this opposition. Like that. And goes through everyone and goes away for 4.
Well, I don't think the pitch had much to do with that. Just a good delivery. 74 for 1.
There's a lot after it goes past the stumps, but Stokes using the breeze. This time he doesn't try and bring it in at all.
Something to watch as well is that Shea Hope's right foot doesn't move.
Pitch you have to be strong mentally on. What's that happened there now? I reckon that's gone for 4. Gordon Anderson. Unbelievable, Anderson says. The two of them usually get on. I'm not sure they're speaking now. Broad shimmied to throw, then went to shine it, then did throw. No one backing up. That's going to cheer him up.
Soft hands all the way down to third man from a forward defensive shot.
Every time I see Sam Curran bowling, because of the type of bowler that he is. You're a former Surrey man, aren't you? I look at that seam position and I think he must continue working as a young bowler on that seam position.
Well, that's in the slot. He's easy on the eye, Shea Hope, and that was an easy boundary to end the 37th over, 91 for 1.
Lovely shot. Over pitch from Curran.
Anderson can do nothing about that at mid-off. It's a nice drive from Brathwaite. West Indies go to 103 for 1.
A lot of eyes on Sam Curran as well. This is a good shot. Again, his length gets too close to Brathwaite. Eyes on Curran for him to make a contribution with the ball in these conditions.
Uses his feet nicely there. Wonderful drive through extra cover.
Very different mindset by Brathwaite to what was seen in the subcontinent. Much more positive, willing to use his feet as well. As on this occasion, finds the gap. And he's in good form.
Fabulous morning session for the Windies. The bells are off. Time for the players to take a break, and it's all Windies, 126 for 1. They trail by 61. That's been an excellent session for them.
A very solid session by the Windies. They go to lunch at 126 for 1. Craig Brathwaite, very, very solid. 48 from 145 deliveries. The wicket to go was that of John Campbell for 47. 22 not out as well to Shea Hope. Ben Stokes, the man to get the wicket. He went past the edge on a number of occasions. So too Stuart Broad, whose figures don't really reflect how well he bowled. It meant that the Windies were still trailing, but by only 61 runs at the interval.
Yeah, Moeen Ali's got the breeze, which will help his drift away from the right-handers, but essentially you'd think he'll do a bit of a holding job from that end. Lovely shot from Shea Hope. He is a very strong driver of the ball. He just leant into that and timed it down the ground, and he moves to 27.
Yes, he gets a good stride in. It's right on top of the ball.
Again, and once again, Craig Brathwaite, on the verge of a half-century, has fallen to the off-spinner. There was just a hint of spin off the surface, and Keaton Jennings, on a substitute for Ben Foakes, has done the rest.
Just that lapse in concentration. They were making it very difficult for him to get that single. Made Nova before this one, and just tickles it into the thigh pad, and Jennings takes a good catch. Moeen Ali strikes, and Craig Brathwaite for a well-played 49 goes. It's 133 now for 2.
Well, the first thing to notice about Darren Bravo is that he's walked out in a cap, which may be all very well facing Moeen Ali, but unless he's going to call for a helmet, would seem to be a strange choice of headgear to face Stuart Broad on this surface.
Oh, yes, Mo.
Firmly driven. Shea Hope looking good in this post-lunch session. He moves to 39. West Indies 146 for 2. Another boundary. So the drive followed by something a little shorter. And Shea Hope pouncing. He's to 43 now and looking good.
.150 for 2. Picked up the length of that very early.
Oh, and somehow he survived that. England hold their head again. We have seen this throughout the day.
It's a lovely reaction from the England close fielders. Bairstow, keeper, Stokes at slip, and even Jennings at short leg. Watch the reaction from him. Go on the stumps, please. Look at Stokes.
Yes, gone. A fiddle outside off stump from Shea Hope. Finally, Broad gets his reward.
Now, I reckon it was another one of those leg cutters. They can only miss them for so long. Boy, has he deserved that wicket. Remarkably, that's his first wicket. He should have had 2 or 3. Was it another leg cutter? Yes, it was. Fingers down the side of the ball. Finally, he nicked it. Just staying leg side of it, Hope. That's what an up and down pitch does to you.
Another contribution from Shea Hope against England ends on 44. 151 for 3. So Roston Chase, who made 50 in the first innings in Bridgetown, and also, of course, took those 8 wickets as West Indies won that test, is the new batsman. Oh, in the gap. It wasn't just 3 slips, it was 2 and like a 4th, and it has gone straight between second slip and Joss Buttler.
Said all day, extra cover. They love this extra cover so you can pitch the ball up. You've got Chase who's just come to the crease. On this pitch against your best bowler on this surface, why wouldn't you have a man in there? Why do you need an extra cover?
Straight-ish pitch does the rest, takes it underneath the bat of Roston Chase. Broad has 2, England have 4.
Game on. Broad can get on a roll. We've seen it over the years. He's just starting now. One that bounced and left Chase. This one didn't. Again, an attempted leg cutter. It stays low. And for a tall man, that is a nightmare. 1 up, 1 down, game on.
England are back in the game. Chase goes for 4, 155 for 4. West Indies trail by 32. Shimron Hetmeyer is the new batsman. He's smiling at the moment. Bags of potential, bags of talent, and comes in with a side in a mini crisis. Broad has his tail up. 2 quick wickets. How does he play it from here? He counter-punched in Barbados. Is that the right way to go here? Last ball of the 60th over. Broad with 2 wickets in the over. 155 for 4. Lovely shot down the ground.
That's why I was looking at Bravo against Ali. You just cannot let Ali settle. You can't let England just rotate their 4 seamers at the other end. They're going to have to be positive against Ali. And that's exactly what Bravo's done there.
Edge, but through that gap. Wasn't a catch, it went straight down.
You can row as much as you want. Extra cover, cover point, you're trying to bowl straight. Close that gap up.
But reps, yep, not a good over from Jimmy Anderson. 2 leg-sided, uncharacteristically ill-directed. 174 for 4. Dropped it. He was dropped in cover in that first test match. I think he was only on 3 or 4 at the time by Joss Buttler, I think. Then they've put him down again.
Well, it's Rory Burns diving away to his left. It's a firm shot. It's in, it's in, it's out.
Jimmy Anderson was the unfortunate bowler at Kensington Oval too. And now it's squirted away for 4. Anderson, to say, will not be a happy bunny. 179 for 4.
Well, that's a 22-year-old for you. Driving to the offside. Big smile on his face. He plays the shot again. It would have been a good catch, but he'll be disappointed he didn't take it, Rory Burns. And then immediately after, flash down to 3rd man for 4. Would have been a good catch.
Smacked it with the wind. No nonsense batsman, even enjoyed by those distracted swimming in the pool.
Told you liked a 6. crowd comes alive. Just doesn't come out right from Moeen Ali, and it sits up nicely. Look at him set himself.
And Lee just won. Catch, it's a cry. Will it land into no man's land? No, taken. Beautiful running catch by Jimmy Anderson. All of the athleticism and the skill to hold on.
It had to be Anderson. He's been unlucky, just had one dropped off him. And he drop kicks the ball somewhere into the crowd. He makes great distance. Young fella has just hit a 6. He fancies another. Now he's in trouble. Sprinting Anderson, 36-year-old Anderson. A wonderful diving, tumbling catch. That's how you catch him. Dangerous player, Shimron Hetmeyer, and he drop kicks the ball. Where's that gone anywhere? It doesn't matter. 186 for 5.
That's a good shot. Really nicely played. Dowrich, of course, 100 in Barbados. He'll be feeling in decent nick if you can on a surface such as this. And he's flipped that off his hip nicely. 196 for 5.
Nice looking shot off the middle of the bat. It was haunted like a flash. When you're batting well, also very efficient in your foot movement.
Beat second slip, valuable runs.
Windies lead goes to 15 now. Again, indecision. Shane Dowrich. Just on that off stump line. Not sure if it's going to bounce or keep low.
Not done Ben Stokes' mood much good. Keaton Jennings has just thrown the ball to him and thrown it over his head or past him, so Stokes has had to walk back towards the boundary to pick it up. He's chuntering away. Stokes is going to be furious. It's another edge that has gone down to the third man boundary that can't be stopped. I think it's Denley coming round in vain. Boundary to finish the over. 206 for 5.
Hurt himself, Joe Denley, making his debut in Test match cricket. Not short of an effort on the field, diving away.
Wow, bounce again to complete the over. Had Dowrich in a spot of bother. Ends a terrific session, and one in which England bounced back through Moeen Ali and Stuart Broad, who took a couple of wickets apiece. West Indies in a good position, leading by 25. Dowrich got out to a bouncer in Barbados, but off from a quicker bowler. Terrific session that was for viewers. Lots happening. 4 wickets falling. West Indies inching themselves into the lead, and the new ball now available straight after tea.
England got themselves back into the contest at tea. 212 for 5, the West Indies, losing 4 for 86 in that middle session of the day. Number of batsmen getting starts: 49 to Brathwaite, Campbell 47, Hope 44 as well. But it was Bravo not out on 18 and Dowrich on 19 at the interval. 2 wickets for Stuart Broad, who finally got into the wickets, and he looked a real threat all the way through this bowling effort. 1 wicket to Stokes and 2 for Moeen Ali, the spinner getting some bounce on the surface. It meant that the Windies were ahead by 25 runs.
Anderson from the Andy Roberts end. Swing and bounce.
And that'll go for 4. Off the thigh pad. 4 nevertheless.
Whether it's bat or pad, it doesn't matter. Total goes up 4. Bounce is quite normally there. Now what's that? That's a squeeze or bump ball?
Didn't see too much. I reckon that was just a bump ball. It's just Butler again.
Gone this time, Anderson. Got to be really full on this pitch for LBW. They're going to think about it and review.
Thank you. Yep, flat line, flat line. Yep, just go back again. Yeah, okay, fair. I'm happy with that. That's yep, that's fine. A flat line. So we'll go to ball tracking, please. No bat involved. Okay, ball tracking coming up now. Impact is in line and it's going over the top. Just Chris, coming back to you. Originals and out. You're overturning that to not out. You're on screen now.
Big appeal this time. What's he going to give? Not out. Oh, they'll review this. Has he hit it? Whoa!
Nobody seems too eager to review that.
Mine over the top.
That's where he wants to be.
Need a bit of luck on a surface such as this and against bowlers of the quality of Broad and Anderson with the new ball. You just got to hope you miss these. And the way that he's played, he's deserved a bit of luck, Darren Bravo, today.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot. Punch down the ground, just a check drive.
Yeah, not easy. All spitting and bouncing from all to the back of your mind, and get an opportunity to score, try and do so. And this is a good positive stride from Dowich. Good straight bat. That's a straightforward shot, but not when you think of what's been going on around.
Yeah, lovely shot. He's driven down the ground, Anderson, and now he's just played a pull off the hip that even Gordon Greenwich would have been proud of.
Yeah, Anderson, Stokes, correction, kicked the turf at the umpire's end there. I think he just felt there was nothing in this ball. It was a bit short, but there was no venom behind it. And Dowich had all the time in the world just to pull it away. I think England feel Dowich is a little bit iffy against a short ball, but it's got to be a proper short ball, bowled with effort.
Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. You just cannot play that from a length. And this pitch continues to produce absolute unplayable deliveries.
Yeah, you're going to get the odd unplayable ball off this surface. You've just got to hope that you either miss it or it misses you. This one kicked off a length, took the shoulder of the bat or the glove and just looped to Joss Butler, who's put down a couple of catches today, but wasn't going to drop that one. It just dollied to him off the end of the finger or thumb. Not the first batsman to be wrapped on the knuckles in this game, and he won't be the last. He's played well though, 31 from 67, 236 for 6.
Man of the moment for the West Indies, #1 ranked all-rounder in the world, Jason Holder, on the back of a fabulous double under. There it is, best score 202, not out on his home ground. .236 for 6. No, he's gone a long way across, but I think it must pitch outside leg. It's going to be either a wicket or 4-leg buys. Yeah. Called for a review.
Okay, thank you. That's just come back there. I'll just confirm that that's missed the bat with ultra edge, please. Yep, thank you. Just go back for me, please. Yeah, just heard. It's only rumblings there. It's nothing, not bat. So I'm happy to go to ball tracking when you're ready. Yep. Okay, impact is outside leg stump, so we'll be going back on field. The original decision was not out, so Chris will be staying with his decision. Chris, you're on screen now.
Yeah, England have lost the review. And it should be 4-leg buys as well.
Beautiful shot, Jason Holder. He's coming off an unbeaten double century and backing it up. 250 up now for the Windies.
Well, he's not going to miss out on the drive at a gentle pace. Use that long reach.
Nicely driven. Jason Holder might not get a boundary. Very good piece of fielding. Umpires will just check to ensure that there was no contact with the advertising cushion.
Long, long chase. Never say die.
Another short delivery.
Yeah, it's this short bowling ploy to Darren Bravo, and he evades that very well. Keep your eye on it. And he just sways out of the line. The thing that you've got to do there for young cricketers is keep your hands down. Three are the same. Great effort again from Stokes. Bravo's got a real good setup, a comfortable setup at the crease.
End of the over, 259 for 6.
Well, that is wonderful effort from Stokes. His 22nd overs, and he's steamed in there. An aggressive spell of bowling.
in the air for a while, but past extra cover. Outfield is slow, and only get a couple. 262 for 6.
It's not the kind of pitch that you can hit through the line or on the up with a lot of confidence.
Just makes him a bit more circumspect round about off stump.
He'll need to soften his hands. Nice little turn as well from Moeen Ali.
Stokes wide, the crease, goes for the big in-swinger, overdoes it, and that will be 4 byes, I think. Yeah, 5. Well, that was an odd signal. That was 4 given. Should just be a 4, but for some reason the umpire had 5 fingers up. Big block on the front foot, and he'll take a single. Jason Holder. And it's been an excellent day of Test match cricket. The run rate has been low, but it has been very, very watchable. Monumental physical effort from the England bowlers. Really, the day belonged to the mental effort of the West Indian batters. Old-fashioned batting and a glove punch between Bravo and Stokes summed it up. 2 sides going hard at each other, giving it everything, but it's nice to see that batters can still apply themselves in difficult conditions, and that's exactly what the West Indies have done today.
A really tough day of Test match cricket ends with the West Indies well positioned on 272 for 6. You look at that batting card and think, well, a lot of guys got stats. Brathwaite faced a lot of deliveries for 49-47 to Campbell, 44 for Hope, the most fluent of all the batsmen. Bravo, 33 not out, 165 deliveries, showed great character, as well as Shane Dorridge and Jason Holder not out on 19. No faulting Jimmy Anderson's effort. Stuart Broad was superb. He could have had 5 or 6 wickets. He finishes the day with 3 for 42. Stokes, I think, also caused a lot of problems for all the batsmen he bowled to, 1 for 58 and a couple of wickets for Moeen Ali. What it means then is that the Windies ended the second day 85 runs ahead, and the way that this pitch is playing out, that could be simply gold for them. Hope you've enjoyed all the action. It's goodbye from the Vivian.
For England, let's see if Broad can produce what he did yesterday. Both teams are wearing black armbands. That's in respect of Alzari Joseph's mum. Passed away overnight.
Oh yes, beauty from Anderson, who's bowled well this morning. That one just bounced a little, left Jason Holder, England's first of the morning.
Well, we sort of saw this coming. He'd been past the bat a number of times, and it gets it right this time. A little bit of extra bounce, and outside edge taken. He's looked a lot more switched on this morning, Jimmy Anderson. Pulled a little bit more zip and gets the reward. Jason Holder goes for 22. It's 281 for 7.
Roach comes to the crease. Beats the widest of those catches. So there are 4 men catching. That thick outside edge beats the widest of them, Rory Burns. And West Indies lead now goes to 100.
Just managed to keep it down and wide the last slip.
Oh, good catch. That went quickly. Stokes is the man at second slip. Anderson has his second of the morning. This was an excellent catch.
Yes, we've seen a few put down in the slips there, but Ben Stokes makes no mistake. Another wicket for Jimmy Anderson. Roach having a go at this one, as if he was trying to hit it over cover. And safe hands of Ben Stokes. Makes sure that he's got to be on his way. So Roach goes for 6. West Indies now 289 for 8.
Ooh, what a shot. Fantastic strike from Alzari Joseph.
Well, there's a batsman with a clear mind. He's just over pitch here, Jimmy Anderson. Big tall man, he just eases forward and knocks it straight back over the bowler's head.
And he strikes first ball. Very, very good catch low down.
Hanging on to one. Really good for England and superb for Ben Stokes. Rory Burns in that slip cordon. Good catch. Thick outside edge and diving away. Low to his right. Stokes gets his second wicket. Joseph goals for 7. It's 298 for 9.
Down the ground, straight as a die. Goes for 4. Excellent shot. Pardon me, he's got even more of it. It's gone for 6. He goes to 49. West Indies past 300.
Well, real method in turning down that single, a long single. Leave it to me. Now Joe Root has got something to think about, because he's left the field back, and if he wants here, Bravo, he can get a single.
That will be 50 for Darren Bravo. Very, very important personal milestone, but more importantly, it's an innings around which the team has been able to build.
Yeah, he was a man who looked completely out of nick, short of match practice in Barbados. Not easy to come to a surface like this and perform the way he has.
That's the end of that. Came down looking for that single off the last ball of the over to retain strike and spin and bounce from Moeen Ali. But a wonderful effort from Darren Bravo and from the West Indies on this surface. A lead of 119.
Yeah, very well played indeed. Moeen saw him coming, fired it in. Good work from Johnny Bairstow as well. Plenty of time with the gloves on. He's got to concentrate on batting at number 3. Moeen ends with 3 for. There's a bit of spin there for him, but that is an excellent effort from the Windies and an excellent effort from Darren Bravo. 50 exactly in 216 deliveries, 306 all out.
Now over to England's batsmen. The Windies bowlers. A good effort from Stuart Broad, understated. A number of times he went past the bat. Ben Stokes as well, again bowling with great heart and perseverance and skill. Nothing to be ashamed of. Let down by the fielders on a couple of occasions. But boy, have they got some work ahead of them now, England. The West Indies finally bowled out for 306. They added 34 in the morning session and lost their last 4 wickets. The top score coming to Darren Bravo, the only 50 of the innings, but several other batsmen got starts, but you won't blame them in difficult conditions against excellent seam bowling. And the superb bowling was led by Stuart Broad, who could have had 5 or 6 wickets, finished with 3 for 53. Jimmy Anderson joined in with 2 for 73 and 3 wickets as well for the off-spinner Moeen Ali. It meant that the Windies had a lead of 119. Fans have been hoping for something special all the way from Barbados to Antigua. So the approach then, the approach of England's batsmen would emphasize what?
Play the way that suits your game. So if I'm Denley or Burns or Root, look at the way Bravo batted. Over my dead body, I am not giving it away. But if I'm Bairstow, if I'm Stokes, if I'm Butler, runs are important here. Getting a lead is important. It's not just occupying the crease. So they may, if someone in this England side smashes an 80, then it gets them back into the game. But play your way. It's not going to be easy. And put to bed the ball before. That's what West Indies did really well. There were balls that exploded. There were balls that kept low. But they forgot about it and played the next delivery that came down. Easy to say, hard to do.
Kemar Roach from the Sir Andy Roberts end will go round the wicket immediately, as he customarily does to the left-handed batters. I think the other thing is run. You get bat on it with this attacking field, run like it's a T20 game or a 50-over contest.
Yeah, especially with this outfield, it's so slow. Some parts of the world, 119 leads, say at Lords or somewhere where the outfield is lightning, you can get off to a flyer. Gonna have to run well here, drop and run, be busy.
England won't complain about that at all. 5 on the scoreboard without a legitimate delivery registered.
That'll help. Gets the deficit down. Steve Harmison here, commentating for Talk Sport. Say no more.
For those too young to remember, educate them.
I just don't want him to hit me, to be honest.
I'll protect you. I'll stand in between.
Harmison on an Ashes tour bowled his first delivery of the Ashes tour to his mate Flintoff at second slip. Roach is back on target. So just seeing deliveries like that, you know, if you get that a bit fuller on this pitch and it rears up off a length as Root got, as various players have got, you're going to suffer pain. Could get you out. But this is about a physical threat as well. It's a mental challenge.
Yep, there we go. There we go. Play the next one then with great confidence.
Yeah, Holder wants one more fielder. He's got 3 slips, a gully, a short leg. You could argue after the event, can you have a leg gully? That's another bouncer. That's something you just don't get in county cricket. So it's fingers crossed when you select anyone at this level. Can they play the short stuff?
Just hobbled in, Shimron Hetmyer, I think it is, before the ball was released. Took half a step forward. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Thigh pad. Roach always wants it. It's Dorich. Holders looking at Dorich, and Dorich, I think, says there's some doubt to it.
Yeah, it didn't quite feel right. It's bounced quite a bit from that end. Dowrich himself got a few that was bouncing over the top. Even from quite a full length, it's been bouncing that end. May have just been going down, going down. Good decision. Excellent decision not to review.
Four overs negotiated without any loss, and a welcome lunch for the opening batsman. It's not been easy, it's not going to be easy for long periods, but a morning in which England picked up 4 for 34 and now have gone to lunch at 9 without loss. There'll be a small measure of respite for 40 minutes. But the Windies will come back even harder after the interval. Just 4 overs faced by England heading into the luncheon interval. They got to 9 without loss. There were 1 or 2 moments of indecisiveness and scary moments as the ball seamed and bounced. Roach and Gabriel were the guys used for a couple of overs apiece. It meant that at the luncheon interval, England was still trailing by 110.
Denley pulls again in the air. Should be taken. Oh, it's down. Moment of good fortune for Denley in his second innings in Test cricket. Gabriel can't believe it. It's Brathwaite down at fine leg who's put down the chance.
It's very rare to see an opening batsman in that fine leg position. Craig Brathwaite took a long time to get in position to take this catch. Never really looked confident. In the end, he misjudged it, went through the fingers. Was a little bit short. He had a long time to judge, to settle. Couldn't hold on in the end. Look at the frustration there. Shannon Gabriel knows that was an easy opportunity going a begging.
Beats fine leg. Kemar Roach just off his line. And England moved to 21 for none.
More importantly, reduces the lead to under 100. Nice, useful partnership developing here between these two. That's his strong area, in my estimation.
It's a good shot. Terrific shot from Joe Denley. Got to keep your composure as an opening batsman when a fast bowler is all over you. The ball is new, the pitch is uneven. Played that beautifully away behind square.
Denley has played a lot of white ball cricket and T20 cricket in particular in recent times. So he will know how to be on the offensive. This innings might require him to take that side of his game out. Executes wonderful manner behind point.
Gorgeous shot. There was a lovely balance in the shot through mid-wicket that went for 2. Very powerfully through extra cover.
These two have adopted a very positive attitude. This is just an example of that. Slightly over-pitched, and Denley, perfect balance, just strokes it through cover.
Oh, and he's just guided it straight into the hands of Slip. Holder strikes with his first ball of the spell. Burns has gone for 16.
Mental error from Rory Burns. likes to play that shot. Normally goes a lot harder at it, slices it over the slips. This one maybe a little bit too close to him. Tries to cut it away, and John Campbell takes a comfortable catch. Just what the doctor ordered for the West Indies. England's first wicket goes down. Rory Burns has gone for 16. It's 35 for 1.
Mental error from Rory Burns means Johnny Bairstow makes his way out to the middle to join Joe Denley. Real challenge this for Bairstow, who's been keeping for a long time in sapping conditions.
Neck and crop, Jason Holder again. He is a champion. If he's not doing it with the bat, he's doing it with the ball for the West Indies.
Everything right from Johnny Bairstow. He's just missed it. Full-length ball on the drive, shake of the head. Full up. Plays a big drive and it hits the top of off. That's a place to bowl. Hit the top of off if you can. He'll watch this many times, Johnny Bairstow. How's he missed it? Bairstow has gone for 14. England are 49 for 2.
The captain will be trying to take root on a very difficult surface. Here's Joe looking to get a significant score in this series. There'd be no better time to get it than now. Beautifully bowled. Zari didn't want anything to do with it, but Jason Holders reviewed it.
Might have got a noise there. I'll get an ultra edge, mate, when you get a chance. So that'll be my friend here, I think. Ultra edge coming. Yeah. There's a clear spike. It's just clipped. Looks like the bottom of the glove there, Chris. So I'll be coming back to you on field. There's Chris. You're on field now. Can you give that out? Thank you.
Great review by Jason Holder. You saw in the replay Alzari Joseph just turned and went back to his mark while he was heading back. But Holder has been excellent once again.
Well, he doesn't think so. Joe Root has gone off in disbelief. Bowler's not interested. The surface of the pitch is disturbed as it rips back in at Joe Root. Huge appeal from behind the wicket, nothing from the bowler. Reviewed immediately. Great review. Joe Root doesn't think so. He's gone for 7. 56 for 3.
Root dismissed for 7, so Butler in at number 5. Oh, he's bowled him. Wide of the crease, angling in. Denley offering no shot, has his stumps dismantled.
No emotion from the young man for obvious reasons. He's had a traumatic 24 hours. But the local lad has produced the goods when it counts. Wide of the crease, creating an angle and nipping it back in. Top of off. Thank you very much. Makes bowling look very easy. Outstanding from the local lad. Denley's gone, 59 for 4.
Slightly different ball into a left-hander as he edged it. Holder thinks so again. He's charging up towards Ben Stokes, and once again there is no reaction from Alzarri Joseph.
Not this time. Run out of time. They all charged this time. Was it the back leg? Was it the edge?
Beautiful delivery again from Alzarri Joseph, pushing it across Ben Stokes. It's just flicked the back leg, and that was the sound that Holder heard. He is fired up, West Indies captain. Oh, down! Can you believe it? Huge moment in the game. John Campbell, third slip. Ben Stokes' second ball has been put down.
They have caught so well in the series. What a spell this young man is producing here. Outstanding bowling, back leg, very next delivery, outside edge. Absolute beauty going across the left-hander, opens him up. One job to do, catch it. Puts it down.
Crunching drive from Jos Buttler.
This is the game, arguably the series right here. This little bit to tea and just after tea. That's why that drop was so vital. These two can do some damage. They're not going to score slowly. You bowl a bad ball, they're going to put it away. Can you survive this delivery?
He does, and that ends an excellent session. Tremendous stuff, both from West Indies change bowlers, Jason Holder and Alzarri Joseph, who took 4 wickets between them. And Buttler and Stokes managed to, in the end, get through to tea, douse that fire, albeit with a bit of luck when Stokes was put down second ball by John Campbell. 4 wickets went in the session. England trail by 44. Another session of this third day to come, and it should be another session of great cricket.
At tea, England were reduced to 75 for 4. 3 batsmen getting into double figures, but the vagaries of the pitch, but to a larger extent the skill of the West Indies bowlers proving too much in that session. Holder and Joseph were the men to cause the damage. Some unplayable deliveries sequentially in that session from both of these superb performers. It meant that England was still trailing by 44 runs. Not a bad start. Back up a good length. Shot of authority from Stokes.
It's a bit too much room from Roach.
Nice control in that shot. Timed so beautifully from Jos Buttler.
Always maintained he's the best timer of a cricket ball in this England team. There we go. You could see that he'd started to lose a bit of patience. Ben Stokes, fuller delivery, and this one takes the inside edge onto the stumps. Roach strikes, and This could be a very telling blow. Ben Stokes, dangerous player. And he's got to depart now. And here's how it happened. Full delivery, trying to drive not quite to the pitch. And inside edge onto his stumps. More frustration. Ben Stokes and England in deep problems now. 5th wicket goes down and brings Moeen Ali to the crease at 88 for 5.
That is a half volley. That is too full and dealt with nicely by Butler.
Well, he selected well, Jos Buttler, and everything in perfect order as he goes after this one. Rank half volley, put away with a lot of power. Again, that exquisite timing. Bowled in! Perfect. Full and on or just inside that off stump. Excellent. Divine help cannot be had for England at this point. Outstanding from Roach. Full delivery on line where the batsman had to play, and this one didn't straighten, came straight through the gate, took the pad and the off stump. Jubilation in the stands as Moeen Ali goes for 4 and England are now 96 for 6.
Pulled away by Folkes. Convincingly so this time, over mid-wicket for 4.
Good shot, well watched. Didn't commit himself onto the front foot, had enough time to swivel on this one. Got it off the middle of the bat. It was a fairway outside the line of the off stump. There was length on that delivery, which allowed him to play this shot.
Just got to keep control, Roach, though. He's given Folkes a short ball that he's pulled for 4, and now a looping half volley that he's drilled straight back down the ground. 2 good shots, but 2 not very good deliveries.
Again, having to make the adjustment for the right-hander. Loves bowling to the left-handers. Going a little too full, too wide. Not seen him get the type of lateral movement that we've seen him get against the left-handers.
Hits it powerfully. It's Alzari Joseph at mid-off who half stopped it, but such was the power from the drive off Jos Buttler's bat, it's gone to the fence.
He's done well so far. Butler in this innings, going into 20 now, 43 deliveries, 4 boundaries in his innings.
Butler becomes the top scorer in this England second innings with just 20. Make that 24. Last 2 overs, we've seen 4 loose balls from Roach and Holder. 2 that have gone to the fence off Roach. 2 now in this over from Holder. And England trail by just 5.
Overpitched, a little too straight. He's can't afford to lose the approach, which has worked well for them. Being disciplined, bowling outside the off stump on that off stump line, maintaining a good length.
What he doesn't want to do is bowl a leg stump half volley. think what's important here for West Indies, both the captain and the bowlers, is to put the match situation out of their mind. Get a bit tense when it gets to this stage of a game, with England trailing by just one. They'll be in the lead in a minute, albeit 6 wickets down. Everybody starts to look at the scoreboard and starts to think about the end result. Put that out of your mind and try and get back to the basics and the discipline that West Indies have shown all throughout this series. Big shout. Height is the issue. Gaffney the umpire, and Holder reviews. He's not done a lot wrong in this series, Jason Holder.
Chris, we've got 3 reds.
And once again, he has called an excellent review.
To out. You're on screen there.
Excellent review from West Indies captain. Umpire Gaffney has to overturn his original decision. The in-swinger for Roach has done for a right-hander this time. Mainly the left-handers who've fallen to Roach, but it's Folkes, the right-hander, who's gone now. England trail by 1, 7 down.
Appreciable inward movement there from Kemar Roach. He was confident. His captain backed him. Ben Folkes gone for 13. It's 118 for 7 now.
He likes it. Given and Butler must review. Height is the issue here, surely.
Thank you. There's clearly no bat involved there, so I'm happy to go to ball tracking when you've got that. Ball tracking coming now. Impact is in line, Kumar, and hitting the wickets, umpire's call. So you'll be staying with your decision. You are
what a moment
on
that
screen
is. Butler,
now.
the dangerous
Stay with your
Butler,
decision,
given out on the field by umpire Dharmasena, and that was the key thing, because Hawkeye showing that it was an umpire's call DRS review, but because it was given out by Dharmasena, it stays out. Butler got in a tangle. Bat tucked in behind his pad. He couldn't get at the ball, and he now goes, and England still trail by 1.
It's England's top scorer in this second innings. A lot of hopes were pinned on him, getting England a good lead. He's gone for 24. The end is nigh. 118 for 8 now.
Oh, surely close. Broad was a long way back, a long way across. You could see what Holder was trying to do.
Leg by signal. Going down. That leg still on leg stump. Didn't waste the review, Jason Holder. He's been very good in using the reviews.
Scores a level. And that's the way he will try and play. Drives and drives sweetly.
England will need his batting to come to the fore in this situation. Doesn't look hopeful for them, but they've still got to represent in the situation. Hasn't been that effective with the ball, Sam Curran.
Oh, close. Broad is across. He's in front of the stumps. Gaffney gives him out. It looks stone dead.
Windies, they're not worried at all. They're smiling. They're already celebrating. Stuart Broad will have a conversation with Sam Curran, his partner. Turns and leaves. It was adjacent. Pitched in line. Would have probably hit middle stump. Maybe middle and leg.
It was a long way across, wasn't he, Stuart Broad, and a long way back. And Kemar Roach, what a series he is having. England's 6 left-handers have been grist to his mill. He's seen the back of another. He's got Stuart Broad, LBW, and another left-hander now will be coming in with England's lead just 6.
Slower ball. Slower ball. I reckon if it doesn't go for 4, it does. Curran is looking to come back for 3 there and keep the strike.
Off cutter, isn't it, or off spinner?
Jimmy was just wandering out of his crease. Yeah, trying to bowl one of those cutters that dip. Did dip a fraction, but not enough. Chipped up in the air, and has it carried? I think it has. What a beautiful slow ball. What a fine catch that is, diving forward. And England have been bowled out. Alzari Joseph diving forward. An exceptional catch. 132 all out. West Indies need 14 to win.
Well, England have been obliterated here. Clever bowling, the threat of the fast bouncing ball. Looks to be a slower delivery. Jimmy Anderson early on the strike. Joseph comes in, very athletic, and takes the catch, which ends England's innings. Captain Holder, he finishes with forfeit. Roach forfeit.
England bowled out cheaply once again in the just over 42 overs for 132. Very, very disappointing for a batting lineup with such depth. 24, the top score for Jos Buttler. A number of batsmen getting into double figures. No one able to carry on against some high-quality bowling. And speaking of that quality, it was led once again by Kemar Roach, 4 for 52. He really has become a very canny and skillful bowler, even at reduced pace. 4 wickets as well to Jason Holder, who continues to prove himself to be one of the finest, if not the finest all-rounder in the Test game at this point, and a couple of wickets for Alzari Joseph. It meant that the Windies would need 14 runs to win the Test match and the series.
Well, the target is simple. It's 14 and a chance to create history for the Windies. And it's that man Anderson again, yet again, having to bowl. Anything you say about England's batting, it has been cruel on England's bowling. Not keeping them out the dirt long enough. Campbell strikes me as someone that will want to do this in a hurry. Brathwaite will play normally. Campbell might pick up his bat and whack it. 3 slips and a gully, and it's Anderson again for England. And they'll start. I reckon that would start with a boundary. It does. Goes away.
Proud man Jimmy Anderson. As bowls that delivery, he'll be bitterly disappointed with the performance. He even went onto social media himself after Barbados and just said, just not good enough, sorry.
Flashed hard and away for 4. 1 hit away now, the Windies.
Well, a team that's emerging, you would say. Good potent attack with other players, notably Thomas, young Thomas, fast bowler, ready to come in.
He wasn't ready there. He wasn't ready. Broad and Anderson just want this done and dusted. Cover was running in. Campbell was looking at his feet. As they have a ball, Broad appealing, pleading with the umpire. He wants a review, and Root has said, go on then, Stuart.
That was a review, was it, Chris? Yeah. The original decision was not out. Okay, that's gone close to the bat, so if I can check ultra edge, please. Yep, okay, I'm satisfied there's no bat involved, so if we can go to ball tracking. Chris, impact is umpire's call and missing the wickets, so your original decision was not out, so you're staying with your not out decision. You are on screen now.
Not a lot going for it, that.
England have lost the review.
I'm not sure it's going to be that important, Dave Ladd. Hit away, and what a way to do it. In Caribbean style, smashed away for 6. What a win for a proud cricketing nation. They have out-batted, out-bowled, out-thought England. It has been some time coming, but the smiles have been brought back, and even the great man stands and applauds. A great cricketing nation has seen a great cricketing win.
Wonderful performance from the Windies, and what about that? Finish it in style, smack it over deep mid-wicket for 6. Ended very, very quickly.
It proved to be too easy for the Windies. They knocked off the runs required, finishing with 17 without loss in just 2.1 overs. Brathwaite and Campbell doing the job. No success for Anderson and Broad, 2 elder statesmen who bowled with great heart and commitment throughout this test match. The Player of the Match award went to Kemar Roach, 8 wickets in the test match after his 5-wicket haul in the first test of the series, justly deserved. So just to refresh the minds of how this match unfolded, the Windies won the toss, bowled out England for 187, and then committed themselves with the bat for 306, and then rolled over England once again for 132, closing things off with 17 without loss and winning by 10 wickets. Hope you've enjoyed all the action from the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Until next time, bye for now.